So in addition to my video which I made about the polypore benefits and how it eradicated my edema, what I didn't mention is that it's completely eradicated any inflammation in my lower lumbar region, which I have had problems with for a long time. And I was always very careful about it because it would always feel precarious and tight, and at the point of where it's gonna, spasm, and I'd have to get in and out of bed really carefully, stand up and sit down really carefully. If I sat down too long, it'd seize up, and then it wouldn't like it. But since since taking the polypore for about 6 months, it feels miraculously healed. And I'm telling you people, coincidence that the edema's gone, the pain in my feet and the back, well, I wonder if it's got something to do with the pollen. But having said that, since I stopped taking kratom, I've been sneezing like this. I think, it's the body getting rid of something, isn't it? And, I've had a runny nose, so you do get flu symptoms with the, coming off of kratom. But I don't have any other symptoms. I had a few mild symptoms for about 5 days. But other than the little bit of a runny nose and the sneezing, everything's gone, and I'm now free, and I got a lot more energy. It's kind of like, people are always saying like, I need kratom to give me energy, it gives me so much energy. How can it give you energy when it's an opioid, when it's a sedative? People get very confused about things, I'm sure. And how many people say, I need my marijuana because otherwise I couldn't function? And it's kind of like, no, when you are addicted to marijuana, you become more and more lazy by the week, month, year. And what happens is, to the mind, it convinces itself that it needs it. It's like an alcoholic, like my sister. If I didn't smoke and drink, all these years, I'd have been long dead. No, you wouldn't. You probably would have had another 20 years to live, because if you didn't. But this is the silly mind games people play with themselves to justify their negative actions, don't they? The mind has a very protective, dishonest sort of way with dealing with addictions, telling you, go on, it's good for you, one more, it feels good, right? And all these sort of things. It's only your conscience, which we suppress, which will tell you you shouldn't really be doing this. It's bad. Just do a bit of research. It will tell you that it's bad. No, it's not bad. No, I would have been dead a long time ago if I didn't smoke 10 fags a day and drink 4 cans of Strongbow. Liar, pants on fire. So since I've stopped taking kratom, and I was on it for the last 10 months, all of a sudden now I've got endless energy. And we've got to fill in the spaces, whereas before I'll be having siestas in the afternoon, at least a couple of times, but now if I have one, then it's only for 20 minutes, half an hour maximum, whereas before there used to be an hour or sometimes 2, because I was sedated from the kratom, and it was beautiful. Don't get me wrong, when you are on kratom, you can pretty well read all day, you can meditate all day, you're content to do anything. Whatever you want to do, you're content just to do that. But it never stopped me from doing anything. I still went to the gym, I still went cycling, I still did all my nature, I still did everything. But now I can just do more. And I'm actually almost having 2 workouts every time I'm in the gym, rather than just one, thinking, I've done it, that's enough. But now I've got the zest back. It's kind of like, yeah, come on, let's get stronger then. Let's take this to the limit. Whereas before it was kind of like, no, you don't only cause yourself an injury, just do enough to, you're an old man, just chill out, man. That's what he does. And so when people say that it gives them energy, it doesn't. It makes you lazy. It's an opiate. That's what opiates do. Good God. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that one. For any of you that have got back problems, polypore, wild fungi, you find them on birch trees. If you've got birch trees in your area, generally the birch trees, it needs to be in a wood. You're not going to get them really on isolated trees out in the street. I've never seen them there. It needs to be more moist and damp, so you need quite a dense wood for them to thrive in. And ideally they will thrive on dead trees. They like dead trees, dead birch, and so obviously you're not going to find any dead birch out in towns or cities. So wherever you've got a load of birch trees, birch woods and fallen trees, that's where you're going to find them in their hundreds, and you can harvest them. They're super easy to prepare if you want to dry them out in the oven, or if you want to just cut them up and pulverize them and put them in freezer bags, and then you drink them every day with whatever other pills and potions you take on a regular basis. And if you don't take supplements on a regular basis, then you're probably doing yourself a disservice. I take a lot of things, as you know, and I don't know whether they've ever worked, but all I can say is I always feel really, really well, physically and mentally, holistically. So something's going on, people.